The war in the Middle East escalated dramatically this morning after Israel launched a strike on Hamas officials in Qatar's capital of Doha. The attack targeted a building just north of the city centre. Hamas claims the strike targeted its negotiating team, who were meeting to discuss the latest ceasefire proposal. It says 5 of its members and 1 member of the Qatari security forces were killed in the strike. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he proudly takes responsibility for it.
These are the same terrorist chiefs who planned, launched, and celebrated the horrific massacres of October 7th. At the beginning of the war, I promised that Israel would reach those who perpetrated this horror. And today, Israel and I have kept that promise.
Qatar has condemned the attack as a flagrant violation of international law, and the UN Security Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, says all parties involved should be working to finalise a peace deal, not jeopardise one.
We are just learning about the Israeli attacks in Qatar, a country that has been playing a very positive role to achieve a ceasefire and release of all hostages. I condemn this flagrant violation of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Qatar.
Israeli media say the US was notified of the strike and gave a green light. However, in a press conference this morning, the White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt wouldn't confirm that claim. The White House spokesperson read out a statement from the US President Donald Trump, who says the attack does not advance the US or Israel's goals.
Unilaterally bombing inside Qatar, a sovereign nation and close ally of the United States that is working very hard and bravely taking risks with us to broker peace, does not advance Israel or America's goals. However, eliminating Hamas, who have profited off the misery of those living in Gaza, is a worthy goal. President Trump immediately directed Special Envoy Witkoff to inform the Qataris of the impending attack, which he did. The president views Qatar as a strong ally and friend of the United States and feels very badly about the location of this attack.
Qatar claims any reports it was notified ahead of the strikes are false. Adam Parsons has more now from Jerusalem.
To be blunt, very, very, very few people in this country woke up this morning thinking that they were about to go and see airstrikes being launched against Qatar. I mean, Israel is no stranger to launching airstrikes, but generally it's been against nations with whom it has a military conflict, whether that was Lebanon, whether that was trading missiles with Iran, or whether that is the ongoing attacks in Gaza. Qatar is a geopolitical player. It's a diplomatic hub. It's where the negotiations around ceasefires have been going on since, a month after October the 7th. So the fact that Hamas officials go to Doha is not exactly a surprise. So seeing Israel decide today to attack Doha was a shock to a lot of people here. Now, you've heard Benjamin Netanyahu, uncompromising as ever, saying he takes responsibility. You've also heard the White House saying, we're not so sure about this, even though it's clear that Israel told the United States in advance, or at least Israeli officials think Israel told the United States in advance about this attack. So an amount of shock. Clearly from Netanyahu and his supporters, there's a feeling that this is taking the initiative. There was an attack yesterday where 6 Israelis were killed when 2 gunmen opened fire around a bus stop just on the outskirts of Jerusalem. This morning, Hamas claimed to take responsibility for that attack. Actually, no evidence that Hamas was or wasn't involved. But it seems like this plan has been on the shelf for a little while. It's been discussed for weeks, if not potentially months. I think the Israeli government were looking for the right moment to use it. They decided maybe after that bus attack that this was the right moment.